That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, there was once this urban legend, a myth, if you will, that faded into rumor, that faded into legend. Some say, my grandfather said, that at one point, Mahershala Ali was going to play Blade. That's the rumor. That's the legend. Oh, years and years ago, that's what they said, and nothing has ever transpired. But wait, truth may emerge because according to a new in-depth interview that Kevin Feige has just done, apparently Blade is still on the menu, boys. They're still doing it, and they've made a couple of significant changes, including, remember Blade was going to be a period piece? Not anymore. It's now official. They are going to make it a modern piece, and two-time Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali is actually still connected to the film. This is what the folks over at Joe Blow had to say. Feige told the journalists, as reported by Variety, that the Blade delays have been caused by Marvel's quote-unquote overexpansion, aka Bob Chapek. That is their response to Disney's mandate to produce more content when Disney Plus streaming services was getting started. A response that Feige says brought about a situation at Marvel where, for the very first time ever, quantity trumped quality. Now, the studio has to recover from that overexpansion, and Blade was a project that stalled out in the process. Feige said, "We didn't want to simply just put the leather outfit on Mahershala and have him start killing vampires. It had to be unique. It felt into the time when we started pulling back and saying, only accept insanely great. And it wasn't insanely great at the time. We didn't feel like, as we often do, you can have a good script and then make it a great script through production. We didn't feel confident that we could do that on Blade. And we didn't want to do that to Mahershala and didn't want to do that to us." Feige confirmed that 3 of 4 different versions of Blade have been developed over the years, 2 of which would have been period pieces, but now we've landed on modern day, and that's what we're focusing on. All right. So he goes on to confirm that Mahershala is still completely connected to the movie. He says they are still doing Blade, and that this is the first piece of tangible update news, Rob, that we've had on Blade for a while, that they've actually now settled on a starting point. It's going to be modern day. I am not opposed to comic book movies, Rob, being period pieces. You already mentioned, the Captain America, the First Avenger, we're getting Fantastic Four. I'm not opposed to that, but I never wanted that for Blade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to see the Daywalker today. I wanted to see him in modern times. I wanted to see him in the current context of the MCU. That's where I wanted to see the Daywalker. That's where I wanted to see Mahershala Ali. So this is at least progress, right? It's at least progress. They now know they've gone through all the renditions. They've gone through all the manifestations of the different ideas about how we're going to do a period piece Blade. And they have at least now come to the firm decision, nope, it's going to be modern day, and we're developing it from there. So hearing Kevin Feige confirm they're still doing it, hearing Mahershala is still on, and hearing that they've actually at least made some progress is good. But I still don't expect we're going to see a Blade movie before, I don't know, 2028. I mean, if they're just really now establishing, okay, it's going to be modern day, how long is it going to take them to develop the script? Then how long is it going to take them to clear everybody's schedules, put together a production timeline, get the thing shot, get the visuals done? I mean, Rob, it's going to be 7, 8, maybe 9 years between when they announced Mahershala coming out on stage and announcing a Mahershala Ali Blade film and when this movie actually comes out. It's very Flash-like, because it was nearly a decade from when they announced Ezra Miller as Flash to when we finally got the movie. Anyway, it's at least progress. Rob, you saw this interview, particularly talking about Blade here. What were the things that stood out to you? And is this positive news? Are we finally going to start to see some movement on this?
Well, I think it's positive. I mean, I loved, I read all this account, Feige had a big press conference basically and allowed all the larger outlets to listen to him speak about the future of Marvel, which I thought was great. Look, like you, I want to see a Daywalker movie. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't, I wouldn't mind if it began back in the past to set up vampires in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But like you, there's something about Blade interacting with the modern age that's cool. Because vampires, by definition, are these ancient creatures that have been with us a long time. And one of the great things about the first Blade movie, Stephen Norrington's Blade movie, is how modern it was from the get. You know, we saw the Blood Rave. They're playing that New Order remix. Wesley Snipes just looked badass, had modern weaponry and stuff, and it was firmly set in the now, which made it as cool as it was. This was not Interview with a Vampire in New Orleans in the 1800s or whatever. This is like, there are vampires right outside your door. And that's what we want. So the fact that they now have an actual direction, why it took them this long to figure it out, I don't believe it's just Marvel expansion. It's just such BS. I mean, it's like, I think they really had a problem figuring out how they were going to incorporate vampires into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just say that. But now that it's happening, look, count me in. But I don't want to be teased anymore. I'm a little blue, if you know what I'm saying. I want some satisfaction. I want a climax to this Blade journey, if you know what I mean.
We got you with a little blue. We understood. We got it.
Yeah. So listen, you know, Jonathan just had a picture of Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. That happened 4 years after they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. 4 years after they announced Mahershala Ali as Blade. And we're going to get Robert Downey Jr. as Doom on screen before we get Mahershala Ali on screen as Blade. Yeah, because I'm with you, Rob. Look, this is either you now got to get this thing made or just announce that you've killed the project, right? It's been teasing the fans for way too long. Mahershala is not getting younger. It's either make solid progress or just kill the project for now and try revisiting it in a few years. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Kevin Feige revealing a couple of very important things. Number one, that Blade is still ongoing. Number two is that Mahershala Ali is indeed still Blade. And number three, they've completely changed philosophies about the movie and they've officially moved it from period piece to modern day piece. Do you think this thing's going to get made? Are you still interested in the movie? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.